Freedom family, wherever you're tuning in from, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. We're so excited to have you here on this beautiful Thursday morning for our vibration station. This week's guest is the incredible B.Strong, one of our best friends and business partners and lots of things, the go-to girl for lots.
Issues, everything.
But she is an absolute wizard. She is a young woman in business of the year in my books. She's a young entrepreneur. She's got such a beautiful background. She's in the entertainment industry. She's a singer. She's just all these amazing different hats. And we're so excited to share your beautiful energy, Bella, with our community and for them to follow along with the journey, and also our collaborations and inspire other young women out there wanting to up level their mindset, up level their energy, get involved with other sisters that they can relate with, and just share that beautiful essence of you. So we're so excited to have you here, babe. My name is Kristen Melbourne, co-founder of the Freedom Sister Movement.
And my name is Courtney Anderson, also co-founder of the Freedom Sister Movement.
Even hearing that, I actually maxed out my volume on my interview thing. That's amazing.
Yeah. I just want to give also acknowledgement to Bella. She is like a serious whiz. She's the first interview that's come on here and been like, oh, I'm just going to beep, bop, beep and add my Facebook and Instagram or my Facebook channels in here. And so it's funneling on there. So just you're like, this is what we love.
What can I say? I just have to excel above everyone and everything at all times. Assert my dominance in as many.
Well, you're an incredible manifesting generator, and you really are like the definition of a manifesting generator, I must say.
Thank you.
Incredible.
That is like the highest compliment on earth. So I take that in spades.
Thanks, babe. Well, what we'll do for the next 15 minutes to absolutely share so much gold from you and get an insight into your story and your background that people, if people don't know who you are and they're tuning in, they're like, who is this fiery redhead Aries girl called B.Strong? So for people who don't know you, babe, like where did you come from?
That's not a question to ask, Bella.
Who you're interviewing.
How did you come about? No. No, that's so good. So what is the start of your journey, babe? I know it started way back, and start from the beginning of you doing all the things that you've done, and then what's led into business as well. We'd love to hear.
Yep, for sure. So I got very lucky that my parents are both very business-oriented people, very business-focused. So I was surrounded by, I guess, entrepreneurship my entire life. How that manifested in me very young is actually in music. I was a huge music whiz. I wanted to be a musician from the time that I came out of the womb. I was like, music, done, dusted. And that was all I did for the past 18 years of my life. It was my entire identity. I was in the recording studio. I had management. That was my thing. Then one bright sunny day, I woke up one morning and I was like, I'm actually not, I'm not passionate about this anymore. It isn't aligning with who I am now as coming into a young adult. I feel like I'm doing this for other people. It was a bit of like a whole life turnaround, because I was like, oh my God, this thing that I've put my entire identity into, and this thing that I've put 18 years of my life into, and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into, I've just decided isn't what I want to do. That's insane. I thought my life was over. I dyed my hair red. It was a whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then that same year, so that was when I was 18, that was in 2021. So the year after I finished school, it was April of the year after I finished school.
Yeah.
And that same year, I was like, okay, I know that I want to be in something in business. I know that I have a huge alignment with music industry. I still enjoy music. I just didn't want it as my career. And I aligned with a insanely talented human being called Rachel, who I met through a music video that we did. And she was a dancer. And every time I tell this story, I feel like an idiot because I actually don't know how this happened. I could not tell you how B.Strong and Fearless came into creation because I don't know. 1 minute it's not there, and 1 minute we were doing it. That's the only way I can try and explain it. We sat down over coffee and we were speaking about a project what we wanted to work on together because we worked so well together in that music video. And that is how that happened. We wanted to create a space for women to feel empowered, not because of anything that they were specifically doing, but just because of their femininity and that female community. And that first event was huge for us because we had no proof of concept. We had no backing. Every single person that we got to work for us, we had to sit down and really convince that this wasn't going to be an epic disaster. I was 18 years old going into meetings with 50-year-old CEOs. Like it was not like a good idea in the freaking slightest. But that was that first year, and I'm so grateful to say that it was a huge success. That's actually where I met you two lovely ladies as a part of our Hype Girl program. And then coming into 2022, I knew that I'd found my space. I knew that that's where I wanted to be. The events management area was where I wanted to be, especially in women's empowerment, putting in that aspect of business and music. Going into 2022, when Rachel decided to take a step back from it, was, growing her family. We had quite an age difference between us, very different stages of life, and made the decision to pick up the event single-handedly, flying solo. And that represented its own set of challenges that now I was taking on this thing that had its own life.
Yes.
As a 19-year-old who was figuring out what femininity meant to her and how to move in her own womanhood. But so it was two very different events, two very different experiences that I had with that. And then coming into this year, we're taking a bit of a break from our main event and gearing up for a huge 2024. Oh my God, I spoke so long.
No, babe. It's to even watch you, since meeting you at that first event, to watch your growth, to be on the inside of your stories, and your journey has been a real blessing and something that's incredible. Not many people can endure either the things that you've experienced and the learnings you've uncovered and the rememberings about yourself as well. So it's been really beautiful. So I do honor you a lot for that. And I'm very excited for 2024. There's going to be heaps of things. So stay tuned, definitely. Huge.
On both pages.
Yeah, definitely. I love it so much. So, babe, I guess something that had come up when you were speaking and it was really prominent was, because we work inside our mentorships and our journeys and even at our dances and our events and stuff, and with your event as well, now we're co-collaborating with, there's a lot of 35 to 55-year-olds that come along, or lots of mums that are trying to find themselves again and want this like pep up after sort of sacrificing a lot with kids. And what had come up when you were speaking was like, when parents want their kids so badly to do something that they want them to do, instead of tuning into the child and instead of listening to what their dreams and aspirations are, for mums especially watching this and being like, I'm seeing my child experience something at the moment and they're not really taking on what they need. What's your perspective on that? Like, how does your parents, one, support you in all the dreams and the goals and the aspirations that you have and the desires? And how could you shed some light on that topic? Because I think it's a really big one for majority of people and majority of mums. Like, it's hard to let go,
Yeah.
That's an insanely good question.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, I can only speak from the perspective of the child.
Yeah.
Because I can wholeheartedly understand what it's like to want the best for your kid and to want them to succeed in what your view of success looks like. And I think that's a key thing, that your view of success is going to look different than another mother's view of success for their child. So something that my parents did, because all right. So in both of my careers, in terms of the music side and this, and even a bit of what I'm doing now, just in random bits and bobs, it's never been socially normal in terms of I've never, wanted to sit down at uni, get a medical degree, have 4 years of med school, 2 years of placement. Like it hasn't been a structured thing. And that to me is, I understand how as a parent that would cause some anxiety of you don't know where their next pay slip's coming from. You don't know X, Y, and Z. All I can say is that how much it means to me that my parents support me on that, and how loved and safe I feel in that is a blessing that I would not give up for anything. So even though, yes, mums and dads, it might give you some anxiety. It might not be what you believe is right for your child. It might be something that you believe is the wrong move or the wrong idea. My best, it's not even advice, because I currently feel like in the place to give advice, but my prayer to you as a child is to just take a step back and be like, look, you don't want your kid to become you. You want to take the best of you and do with that what they will. But if you just kind of have the mindset of, look, they're going to live their own life, they're going to make their own mistakes, they're going to make their own successes, as long as they know that they're safe in what they do, that they've got they've got a fallback pad. Us, I think that's the main thing. But my heart goes out to parents. God knows the amount of anxiety I've put my parents through is unholy. Unholy. But throughout everything, they've had the mindset of, look, you're your own person. We have faith in you. Genuine belief that whatever you say you're going to do is what's going to happen, and we're going to support you in that. And that in itself probably is a large part of my success in that. Like, I'm not sure if I would have been as successful as I am without my parents' support. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. It's the beautiful duality. It's unconditional love. So, which is super empowering, and it's the most empowering. Like when you can just let go of the expectations or the control over another human being, or your perception of what has to happen. Beautiful things happen. Like magic happens.
I'm gonna wake up. Sorry, my alarm's going off.
I love it. She's a busy woman.
Can we just wrap this up, please? I have places to be.
I love it so much. Beautiful things happen. A lot of magic happens. So it's awesome to hear your perspective on that as well. And it has been a huge contributor to your success. And a lot of the greats that we look up to and that we follow in their footsteps have the same sort of backstory as well. It's like this trust and belief and borrowing someone else's belief sometimes more than knowing what you believe in yourself. Like sometimes you have to borrow friends or family or mentors' belief that they have in you to be successful before you get it yourself, before you get the confidence, before you get the courage. You're like riddled with fear or doubt or anxiety feelings of this is not going to work. How am I supposed to do it? But things end up falling in place. And sometimes you just have to borrow that belief too. So I love that.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So I would love to vision cast with you, babe. Like, what is your vision? What's your mission here on this planet? Like, talk a little bit about what do you see for yourself? What have you learned up until this point? Like, what's the vision for the events? What is the essence that you really want to help transform the world? I know we've had beautiful, deep chats about working with the education system and working in schools and working with the younger generation. It's close to your heart as well. So just talk a little bit into that and share your beautiful wisdom of what do you see?
Again, such a good question. It's almost like you've done this before.
I have a different vibe every time. Everyone would know that.
I love it. But I would say that my vision for B.Strong and Fearless and my kind of mission with that has, I guess, like different pathways. We obviously have our main annual event that people have got to know and love. And that's, I would say, a space for a community of women of all ages, all backgrounds. And the purpose of that is more so to just feel amazing in a community and feel loved and supported and empowered in whatever way that looks like for you. So I feel like that's like a general umbrella.
Yeah.
And then launching off of that, even discussions that we've had about, where do we feel called? I know women in business.
Yeah.
And doing specific events for women in business has been a huge thing that we've spoken about.
Yeah.
Especially because that's where, a lot of our personal passion lies, and a lot of my, I guess, experience lies.
Yeah.
And then, as you just mentioned, going into schools. Now, I get like weird talking about this because I still feel like a high school student in terms of like, I look at year 12s and I'm like, oh, you're my age. But they're not. Not that that's relevant to the interview at all. So I feel very called to go into schools and provide and create a program that is very much unlike programs that are currently in the space. I'm very sick of seeing. Actually, I was going to make this like not piss off schools, but I'm just going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm very sick of the very passive advice and very generic expectations that are put onto women in school systems. I experienced it when I was going through school. The difference in conversations that the teachers are having between men and women. The whole sitting the good girl next to the bad boy in class because she's going to make him focus. The whole, what does women in leadership look like? You're being respectful and, you're leading from behind. From the bottom of my heart, screw you. Like, it has enraged me for such a long time. And I think that creating a program that kind of destroys that illusion of what a woman in leadership looks like. She's, she's leading from behind. She's letting, no, I don't want to see women leading from behind. I want to see them out the front of classrooms, out the front of assemblies, out the front of programs. Like, I'm sick of this narrative that schools are kind of spinning around women and youth, and I'm done with it. So I think this year that has been like a bit of a wake up vision that I'm like, you know what, it's like, I feel very moved. I also, because I can have more of a relation to experiences they're going through rather than 55-year-old Betty Lee.
I love it. Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Literally. I feel like everybody I had goosebumps the whole time you're talking. Like I do every time because you're just a powerhouse. You know how much I love you, my Aries girl. Like, honestly, like I know it's a question to ask everybody listening, and especially the women, of how you felt growing up in school, how you felt in primary school, how you felt in high school. For me, I freaking hated school. Like I felt embarrassed all the time. I had no inner confidence. All of these things came up, and where was the support? I didn't have the confidence enough to be able to express and speak up. And if there's people like you, the women like you that come into the school to like see me and pick me, imagine how much that could change their life going forward. Imagine just the what's the right word, the trajectory or whatever it is, like that the impact that you're gonna have on their life moving forward. It's just like unreal. I cannot wait. I'm totally in for that. Totally want to be a part of it.
Done deal. And I also think even with the culture, and it's getting better, but even with the culture of, the girls in school, the pettiness, the bitchiness, the tearing other women down, it's such a space that is intentionally designed to kind of bring women down. And it's a space that I feel has so much room for growth, and I don't believe it when people say, oh, girls are just like that at that age. Why?
No way. BS.
It doesn't make sense. It's like, no, it's like the whole boys will be boys thing. I don't buy into it at all. I think it's bullshit. So it's like getting in that space is something I'm really looking forward to this year and next year.
Oh, I love it. You've got the fire in us, babe. You know that we're with you the whole way.
Amazing.
This is what it's all about. It's save the children, free the children.
Free the children.
Oh my God.
You know, they're our up and coming generation, as they always say. They really are. But they just have the magic in them. They're being literally molded from these young ages into the rest of their life. And so it's the most critical, the most important, the most powerful time to have information downloaded into them, because they are sponges. And so if it's not uploaded, downloaded into them at this beautiful frequency that we're talking about, and this beautiful society and all these things, then they've got a lot of deconditioning to do, and a lot of limiting beliefs, and a lot of self-doubt shit, and a lot of negative talk to unpack, uncover, or go their whole life carrying it and not even realize. And that's really sad. Like that's what hits home on my heart is people feeling entrapped their entire life and not even realizing why, or blaming themselves, and it wasn't ever them.
Yeah, completely agree. It's the conditioning for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I could talk all day long with you.
I was going to say, I feel like that was like the most intense conversation I've had in my life.
Well, I am. I'm so excited, babe. Well, we're going to have you back. We're going to have so much more to chat about. There's going to be many more lives, and I know that there's going to be some live events. So ladies or beautiful women who have children or nieces or friends with daughters, like, follow along, especially with Bella's journey and our journey as well, and look out for beautiful live events, day events, half-day events, online events, leading up into the big event that's going to be next year. I'm super excited. Did you want to share, babe, anything else to add to that, or anything before we hop off?
I would say, like, are we in a space to announce?
Yes.
Amazing. Well,
Yes.
I would say that you heard it here, folks, that Kristen Melbourne from the Freedom Sister Movement is the official event partner for B.Strong Fearless for next year. By association, so is Courtney, because she'll be in it. We know Courtney is in this whole
one in all in. That's how it works.
Yeah, so we're super excited for that. And I think Kristen is like the spark that I needed under my ass to re-engage with it again and to, rebuild that fire. So I'm super excited to be working with her and a little terrified for the universe.
The universe is ready, honey.
When our energies come together, like,
yeah.
I know, big one.
And can I just say, you ladies, you have a podcast together as well, like creating ripples, and this is what collaboration. We're very big on collaborate. Can't do it all alone. Everything we've spoken about, that's really what this year is about. And can I just say, literally what you said, Bella and Kristen together, powerful force not to be reckoned with. Like I am a little bit scared as well.
I'm freaking terrified.
I will be the support team for anybody.
If you live on the Sunshine Coast, get out.
Yeah.
This is my warning.
Courtney's going to be in the most important role. Like, when you think about Elena Cardone and Grant Cardone, Elena has the most important role in their connection. Bella and I together are going to be the Grant Cardone. Like, Courtney is going to be like there, literally supporting the entire thing and giving us, like, when it's going to get tough, and there's going to be things that happen, and there's going to be, this is what happens when you're creating magic. Like,
I'll bring food to you guys.
Food. He makes the best avo on toast I've ever had in my freaking life.
Yeah. What can I say? Herbs from the garden and all.
It is tomatoes, vegan. I had vegan cheese for the first time.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah. Absolute plug, plant-based life.
Yeah, guys, go buy their vegan cheese brand.
I love it so much. Oh, babe, you're an absolute superstar and a gem. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your light and love. People are going to be seeing a hell of a lot more of you now going forward, if they haven't already. For you to be around for a while, you know who Bella is, which is awesome. But stay tuned, everybody. Go and follow Bella, Be Strong and Fearless on Instagram, and Bella on Instagram. There's Facebook page. We've popped it all in the description as well. Reach out to Bella. She's got her inbox open if you want. She's got an amazing freaking vibe. And actually, Bella, I realized the other day that you need to help me with my voice activation.
What does that mean?
It means that you just need to help me sing, babe. Like you need.
Yes.
Like
Stop.
I was walking on the beach with a friend, and it just downloaded me. I was like, Bella's an amazing singer, because I was talking about you, and I was like, singer. I'm like, wait, what?
Maybe you could do it for us. Maybe we could do a group thing. That would be amazing.
Yes, we could do like a sound community thing. Okay,
Yeah.
well, again, this is how easy ideas are birthed with us. Hey, like that's a done deal. Stay tuned.
Literally, babe.
That makes me so happy. You know, singing, anyone can sing. Anyone can sing.
Oh, babe. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I'm excited. Excited to clear the throat chakra. If you guys are
get that up and out.
I love it so much.
Well, you're trying to end this interview, and I'm just like,
we just love
get her off. Get her off.
Oh, we love you, babe. Well, have a most magical day today, guys. As I said, Bella's inbox is always open. Our inbox is always open. If you want to do a voice activation with Bella, get on board. Follow along with the events. If you want to work with her, go and reach out with her and see what her offerings are as well. She's very, very strong in the mindset and just keeping you accountable space and all these things. So we love you, babe, so much.
Love you so much. My two favorite individuals on this earth.
Oh, love you, babe. All right, guys, we'll speak to you later. Bye.